Boys and girls, it's Mrs. Lane here, and we are on the guided practice already for lesson 25 of finding volume. If you are in the 2020 version, you're going to be on pages 266 and 267. And those of you in the 2017 version are on pages 258 and 259. Now they have given you an example here. I'd like you to pause the video and to read through this example on your own and make sure that it all makes sense to you. Okay, so I'll let you do that if you'd pause. All right, good. I'm glad you did that. And now we're going to go on to number 16. The base of a jewelry box is a square with a side length of 5.5 inches. The box is 2 inches high. What is the volume? So we know that volume equals length times width times height. And in this case, we don't know the volume. That's what they're wanting to know. But we know we have a side length of 5.5. Now, I'm going to take this 5.5 and convert it. So we know that 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. And so we have 11 over 2. Okay. Now, what is the width? Does it specifically say the width anywhere? No, it does not, but it does tell us if it's a square. So if one side length is 5.5, we know or 11 over 2, we know the other side, the width is also going to be 11 over 2. Okay, times, do we know the height? Yes, the height is 2 inches. All right, so that's pretty simple. Now it's just a matter of multiplying. So when we multiply 11 over 2 times 11 over 2, what do we get? What's 11 times 11? Should get 121, and 2 times 2 is 4. So the volume equals 121 over 4 times 2. Now we can easily make that 2 over 1. Okay, so if you take 121 times 2, what are you going to get? Did you say 242? Well, if you did a great job. And then we've got 4 times 1 is 4. So now that we have this fraction, we need to reduce it. And we can reduce it and make it say 121 over 2. But I think it's even better if we take the bottom end to the top. So I'm going to move over here and take 4 into 242. So stay with me, guys, and we'll figure out what we get here. How many times well, first of all, does 4 go into 2? No, 4 can't go into 2. Can 4 go into 24? Yes. How many times? 6. 6 times 4 is 24. Bring down my 0 and my 2. Does 4 go into 2? No, it does not, so I put up a 0. Now, I'm going to put a decimal point and bring down another 0. Does 4 go into 20? Yes, it does. 5 times 4 is 20. And so we come up with our answer of 60.5 or 60.5 cubic inches. Great job, 6th grade. Let's move on to number 17. All right, here we are on number 17. A rectangular swimming pool is 10 meters long, so there's our length, and 4.5 meters wide, there's our width. If the volume of the water in the pool is 72 cubic meters, how deep is the water? So in this instance, they've given us the volume, but what is it that we're missing? Well, we've got the length and the width, so we must be missing the height. So let's go ahead and write out the formula. Volume equals length times width times height. Okay, and what did it say the volume was? It says volume was 72. It gave us the length of what? 10. Did it give us the width? Yes, it did, of 4.5. And it also gave us, it didn't give us the height. So this becomes our variable then, and we're going to solve for h. So 72 equals, what is 10 times 4.5? Did you say 45? Good job. Times h. Now, in order to get this h by itself, what do? We have to divide, that's right. So we're going to divide by 45. And what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Now, this cancels out and we're left with 72 divided by 45. So I'm going to write that down. And I'm going to ask you to pause the video and solve. All right, 6th grade, what did you get when you took 72 and you divided by 45? You should have gotten 1.6. So our height is 1.6. And we have to look up, what are we dealing with? We're dealing with meters. So 1.6 meters. Nicely done, 6th graders. All right, let's go on to 18. The volume of a rectangular prism is 10 cubic feet. What could the dimensions of the prism be? So we know that the volume is length times width times height. And in this case, we have the volume is 10. So the three numbers, length, width, and height, you're going to have to multiply them, and when you multiply them, they're going to have to equal 10. So we'll do the first one together. Let's look at A. Now, if you take 100 times a half, what do you get? Well, half of 100 is 50. And if you take 50 times another half, what do you get? 25. So A equals 25. Okay, I'd like you to work through B, C, and D on your own. Go ahead and pause the video. All right, boys and girls. Which one of those comes up to 10? Which one of these gives you a volume of 10? I hope you chose B. Nicely done. Because if you take 10 times a half, you get what? 5. And you take 5 times 2, you get your 10 back. Very good. Very good. Okay, so Carla chose C as the correct answer. How did she get that answer? Oh my goodness. So Carla had 5, 2.5, 2.5. How in the world could she have gotten 10 with those three numbers? Any ideas? I hope you figured it out, because when I look at that, I think what Carla did is, instead of multiplying 5 times 2.5, I can tell that Carla added. So she took 2.5 plus 2.5 and got 5, and then 5 plus 5 is 10. So Carla got C by adding. Carla added the dimensions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have a PPS page for me to do. So if you would go ahead and do your PPS pages, I would appreciate it. So thank you, 6th graders. Keep working hard. We just have a couple more weeks left, and I need you to keep working hard. So take care, guys. Bye.